Rubio, instead of holding North Korean-style cabinet meetings where everyone goes around the room kissing Donald Trump's ass, I'm going to ask you to come clean with the American people and the White House as well. There's something wrong with Donald Trump's health or cognitive abilities. There's a reason he keeps going to the hospital and they keep giving him cognitive tests. We have not seen the president in 8 days. The American people deserve the truth.
I don't know how to respond to that, other than to tell you that it's absurd and ridiculous. And I can't believe we're in a Foreign Affairs Committee meeting in front of the House, an important time in American foreign policy.
Just keep lying, Secretary Rubio. Just keep lying.
A House Foreign Affairs Committee hearing took an unusual turn when Congressman Lieu challenged Secretary of State Marco Rubio over President Trump's behavior during official meetings. Lieu presented videos that he argued showed the president appearing to fall asleep, while Rubio strongly rejected that characterization and defended the president's energy and work habits. Watch the exchange first, then we'll break down the competing arguments, what was actually shown, and why the discussion quickly became one of the most contentious moments of the hearing.
You have been at multiple meetings with President Trump. In a moment, I'm going to show you a video of one of these meetings. It is from last December. It's a cabinet meeting. I'm going to ask you to focus on President Trump, and you will see that he is sleeping while you're talking.
Oh my God.
Please show the video.
Products they make and what American farmers grow and produce has a fair shot to be sold around the world. On issue after issue, that's been the case. You talk about foreign aid reforms. This is not our money. This is taxpayer money.
Secretary Rubio, have you been at more than one meeting where President Trump has fallen asleep?
That's false. That's false. I've never seen him fall asleep. On the contrary, the guy doesn't sleep, which is a big problem because he calls me at 2 in the morning, he calls me at 5 in the morning. And you know, I like to sleep a little bit, maybe not 12 hours, but at least 6. So he works. The other day he was at the Oval Office until 12:30 p.m. 12:30 a.m. I don't know what you're talking about.
Secretary Rubio, I'm going to show you in a moment a video that shows you just lied to Congress.
Oh, okay.
So this is a video of a cabinet meeting literally from last month where Donald Trump is sleeping while you're talking. Please show this video.
A coalition of countries that line up behind the peace deal, behind the border peace, and it's still every day is a challenge, but it's been driven personally by the president. It's the reason why we're involved in this whole Ukraine-Russia conflict. That's not our war, it's not the president's war. This war started, it never would have happened if you'd been president. But this war is going on, and the president is trying to end it.
You are literally talking about issues of war and peace, and Donald Trump is sleeping right next to you.
No, he's not.
If Donald Trump cannot stay awake at these important meetings where the cameras are rolling, imagine what he's like when the cameras are not there. So I'm going to ask you, have you been at classified meetings where Donald Trump has fallen asleep or had trouble staying awake?
I've never been at any meeting where, and the things you're showing me now, he was not falling asleep. And
so,
I think
so
it's
you're lying
that I'm
again.
The Foreign Affairs
you're lying
Committee of the
consistently
United States House of Representatives
to
asking
Congress.
questions about sleep.
You're lying to Congress, Secretary Rubio. So I'm going to show you another video in a moment. The president's inability to stay awake on the job has caused other countries to perceive him differently. They mock him. They see he is weak and he is feeble. This is a video of a French news channel talking about Donald Trump falling asleep at a Memorial Day ceremony. Please show this video.
Well, Mark, a video that appears to show Donald Trump falling asleep at a Memorial Day ceremony this Monday has been circulating heavily online. And internet users have a lot to say about it. It's also reignited rumors about the state of the US president's health. Now, in the video, social media users say that Trump is fighting sleep whilst he listens to the speech given by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and that his eyes appear to be closed for a large portion of the ceremony. Now, we need to remember here that this is a ceremony to honor and remember those US military personnel who have died while serving in the armed forces. And the idea that Trump was asleep at a somber ceremony like this, well, that has triggered outrage online.
Donald Trump's inability to stay awake on the job shows that there's something very wrong with his health or cognitive abilities. And in fact, on a number of occasions, Donald Trump will contradict himself in literally the same meeting or interview. In this video I'm about to show, it shows that Donald Trump says the Iranian military is both destroyed and not destroyed at the same time, something that Dina Titus alluded to. Please show this video.
of leadership out, we've actually left their military alone. People would be surprised to hear that. Because mistakes have been made in wars where you wipe out everybody and then you have a country that's, for 40 years can never rebuild. You look at what happened with Iraq. We did so. Iran is in a very bad position. They have no military. All they have is good talk, and they have a fake press.
So, Secretary Rubio, instead of holding North Korean-style cabinet meetings where everyone goes around the room kissing Donald Trump's ass, I'm going to ask you to come clean with the American people and the White House as well. There's something wrong with Donald Trump's health or cognitive abilities. There's a reason he keeps going to the hospital and they keep giving him cognitive tests. We have not seen the president in 8 days. The American people deserve the truth.
I don't even know how to respond to that, other than to tell you that it's absurd and ridiculous. And I can't believe we're in a Foreign Affairs Committee meeting in front of the House, an important time in American foreign policy.
Just keep lying, Secretary Rubio. Just keep lying.
Supposedly someone who thinks he's a medical expert when he's not. The truth of the matter is we had a cognitively impaired president in office a few years ago. That's a cognitively impaired president, but I don't like to talk about that because it weakens America. This president we have, this is a guy that literally doesn't sleep. He works day and night, long hours, every single day. I don't know if you haven't seen him in 8 days. I saw him yesterday. I didn't see him yesterday because I was in Congress the day before. I talked to him at all hours of the day and night. He works inhumane hours. Okay, I've been on foreign trips with the president that he doesn't sleep in the whole flight. And everyone else is sleeping on the plane, and he's wandering the hallways looking for someone to wake up and talk to that people are. So I don't know what you're referring to, but he has an incredible amount of energy. I'm just telling you, you may not like his policies. You may not like his policies, you may not like the decisions he's made, but I assure you, this is not a president that sleeps or is cognitively impaired in any way, shape, or form, and in fact is incredibly active, much more so in many cases than much younger people that are around him. Those are facts. I see it every day. You're not going to agree because you have another narrative that you want to push, but those are the facts.
I just showed you 3 videos of him sleeping.
What made this exchange unusual was that it was less about foreign policy itself and more about a broader debate over presidential fitness, public perception, and political messaging. Representative Ted Lieu used his questioning time to focus on a subject that has become increasingly common in modern politics: the physical and cognitive condition of elected leaders. Rather than asking about diplomatic negotiations, military strategy, or international crises, Lieu directed attention toward videos that he argued showed President Trump appearing to fall asleep during public events and official meetings. The strategy was straightforward. Lieu wanted to use publicly available footage to support a broader argument that there may be concerns about the president's ability to perform the demands of the office. Secretary Marco Rubio rejected that argument immediately. From the beginning of the exchange, Rubio challenged the premise of the questions. He did not accept the characterization that the videos showed the president sleeping. Instead, he argued that the president is exceptionally active and frequently works long hours. This disagreement highlights an important reality about political communication. Often, the dispute is not over the existence of a video or a statement. The dispute is over what that video means. 2 viewers can watch the same footage and reach entirely different conclusions. One may believe it shows fatigue or disengagement. Another may believe it simply captures a moment taken out of context. That difference in interpretation was at the center of this hearing. Lieu attempted to strengthen his argument by showing multiple examples and by referencing foreign media coverage discussing the same issue. His broader point was that perceptions matter. Even if a political leader disagrees with criticism, public appearances can shape how allies, adversaries, and voters view that leader. This is particularly relevant in foreign affairs. International politics is influenced not only by policy decisions but also by image, symbolism, and perceptions of strength or weakness. Throughout modern history, political leaders have faced scrutiny over their health, stamina, and public appearances. Questions about fitness for office have been directed at presidents, prime ministers, monarchs, and other national leaders across the political spectrum. Supporters of Liu's position would likely argue that these issues are legitimate subjects of public discussion because the presidency is one of the most demanding jobs in the world. They may contend that voters deserve transparency regarding the health and capacity of their leaders. Supporters of Rubio's position would likely respond that selectively edited clips or isolated moments should not be treated as evidence of a broader problem. They may argue that a leader's actual schedule, workload, and decision-making record provide a more reliable measure of fitness than brief video segments. Rubio repeatedly emphasized that point. Rather than focusing on the clips themselves, he focused on his personal experience working with the president. He described frequent phone calls, late-night discussions, extensive travel, and long workdays. His argument was essentially that direct observation outweighs interpretations based on short video excerpts. The hearing therefore became a clash between two different forms of evidence. Lieu relied primarily on publicly visible footage and public perception. Rubio relied primarily on personal experience and direct interaction. Both approaches have strengths and limitations. Public appearances can influence perceptions, but they may not reveal everything about a person's daily activities. Personal observations can provide valuable insight, but critics may argue that they come from individuals who already support the administration. This is why disputes over presidential fitness are often difficult to resolve conclusively in political settings. The discussion also revealed how quickly congressional hearings can move away from their original purpose. The House Foreign Affairs Committee is generally responsible for oversight of diplomacy, international relations, and national security matters. Yet the exchange focused largely on presidential behavior rather than foreign policy substance. Rubio clearly expressed frustration about that shift. His comments suggested that he believed the committee's time should be devoted to international issues rather than debates about whether the president appeared tired in specific videos. That criticism reflects a broader disagreement about congressional priorities. Some lawmakers believe oversight should encompass every issue that may affect public confidence in government. Others believe hearings should remain tightly focused on policy and administration. Reasonable people can disagree about where that line should be drawn. Another notable feature of the exchange was the role of media narratives. Lieu referenced news coverage and public reactions to the videos. Rubio accused critics of promoting a narrative that he believed was unsupported by reality. This reflects a recurring pattern in modern politics. Political debates often involve not only the underlying facts but also disagreements about how those facts are framed and presented. The same event can produce entirely different narratives depending on which details receive emphasis. That dynamic was visible throughout the hearing. Lieu emphasized concerns and appearances. Rubio emphasized first-hand experience and performance. Neither side accepted the other's framing. The exchange concluded with Rubio delivering a forceful defense of the president. He argued that the president remains highly active, works long hours, and shows no signs of cognitive impairment based on his own observations. Lieu, meanwhile, maintained that the videos raised legitimate questions that deserved public attention. The hearing did not resolve that disagreement. In many ways, it was never likely to. Questions involving political perception and public confidence rarely produce definitive conclusions during a congressional hearing. Instead, such exchanges often reinforce existing views among supporters and critics alike. What the hearing did demonstrate is how debates over leadership, fitness, and public image have become central features of modern political oversight. The discussion was ultimately less about a specific video and more about competing narratives regarding presidential performance. One side argued that public appearances raise concerns. The other argued that direct observation demonstrates the opposite. And as with many political debates, viewers were left to decide which interpretation they found more persuasive. That is why this exchange generated attention far beyond the committee room itself. It touched on questions of leadership, perception, accountability, and public trust, issues that remain central to American politics regardless of party or administration.